Yo, it's Trent. Just got a fucking haircut. I just woke up. It's like 4 p.m. Feel like shit. But I got a good one today. So this is the time. Fucking went to an abandoned house in the middle of the woods and got caught. So for anybody that lives in the Midwest area or has been to Wisconsin, you might know or probably know what the Wisconsin Dells are. It's like this big water park thing. It's like a smaller version of Disney, just with all water parks. And they got a downtown area with like the slingshot thing and like old time pictures, that type of stuff. All the stores. Anyways, we were staying at Chula Vista, one of the resorts there. And I'm there with most of my family and my cousin, who's like 5 years older than me, something like that. And at the time I was like 15 or 16, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But we were looking for somewhere to smoke, because there's a bunch of little kids around. It's a water park. You don't want to just light up behind the hotel because there's little kids around. And right next to the resort, there's woods. And then there's a river down the way, but there's this big open thing of just woods. I'm not a huge fan of the woods because I don't like bugs. And if I get ticks, no, I don't like that shit. Well, we're walking looking for a smoke spot, and we see something a little far away. And I'm like, what is that? It looks like almost like a car. I don't know. And it was like 4 p.m., so it wasn't dark yet. And I remember we had a blunt or a joint, something like that. And we see it, and it's a wooden house, like one of those log cabins, That's the word I was looking for, cabin. It was like a cabin. And above it, above the entry, written in like wood, like they put it out in sticks, it says the Bird family. And we're like, what the fuck, that's kind of creepy. So we're like, hey, can we get in this thing? We should explore it and smoke in it, And it says right on the door in the red, no trespassing. But like, come on now, I was younger. I mean, I still would have gone in now, don't get me wrong. But we're like, hey, no trespassing, we can take a look. So it was an old, like log cabin, so we kind of just hit the door. Like, it didn't take much effort. All it really took was, I don't even think we had to kick it. We just kind of shoulder bumped it, pushed it open. Now, when we got inside, it was creepy as fuck. Immediately when you go in, to the left, that's where the staircase is to go upstairs. In front of us, there's like one little narrow hallway with a door that we later found out was leading to the basement. Fuck that. Not going in the basement. And then there was like a dining table set up, but it was like, it had like newer stuff on it. This was an old house. Like, obviously, either homeless people, squatters, whoever, people like us messing around, people were in there. Because there was like a flashlight on the table. And I can't remember everything, but there was like a ramen bowl, like one of the cups. So someone had been there. And I'm cool with exploring, but I have limits. I was like, listen, we can check this place out, but I'm not going in the basement. There's no way. I've seen too many scary movies. I'm not dying today, So we're like, okay, let's go upstairs, check it out a little more, then we can smoke. And we went upstairs. And there was like 6 beds, all in a row, 3 on this side, 3 on this side. And they all had the same covers, these white covers. And it kind of looked like hospital beds, but not as nice, like shitty hospital beds. And there was a bathroom that had no door on it, and the bathtub wasn't even in the bathroom. It was like outside in the room with all the beds. Fucking weird. But there was, in the bathroom, they had like all these books, like half of it was like a library almost. And those books were so old and creepy. Well, anyways, we're looking, and we find this box of like old dental tools from like, I'm guessing, early 1900s, maybe 1800s, but they didn't look that bad, but they looked fucked, You wouldn't want that in your teeth. These big, long metal things. And we're looking at it, and we hear a noise downstairs, like the door opening. Now me, me and my cousin are different people because immediately I had my feet in my hand. I didn't have anything else. I looked at one of the beds and I laid underneath it. Now you may be thinking, spiders, people, whatever is under there is gross. You're right. But a random person in the woods coming into this house, immediately I'm thinking like a murdering, axe-wielding man with a huge like a fucking scary guy. My cousin, she takes a different approach. I'm laying under this bed already. I'm committed to hiding. And she just goes, "Hello, is anyone there?" Well, now if there's a murderer, he's gonna kill us, And all you hear from downstairs is, "This is the whatever police department." And I'm like, fuck, why'd you say that, And the guy starts walking up the stairs, and I'm still laying there. And my cousin starts walking down the stairs. And she's like, it's all good. And I had to fucking come out there and walk down because he was letting her leave. Like, no, just a warning. So I had to get up under this bed and walk past this officer. Like, I didn't just try to hide from him. So we get back to the hotel after we finished smoking, walking back, talking, whatever. And we told, everybody in the family's got a couple people or maybe one person that makes a lot of bad decisions. You're talking about them. You see him at Thanksgiving, you're like, oh, I love my uncle, but he's kind of fucked, He does some things. Well, that uncle, we were telling him about it, and he got drunk later that night at like 9-10 p.m., and he's like, well, let's fucking go. So we're like, shit, okay. My cousin didn't want to go anymore. She was scared, and I was like, hey, I'll go, but if there's any signs of cops, I'm out of there, because I don't want to get caught. And he's drunk, he has confidence, so he's like, I'll deal with the cops if they come. And I'm younger, so I believe him. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we go in there, and he was taking no bullshit. My cousin was nice. She knew I was scared of the basement. I'm not going in there. He did not give a fuck. He was like, we're going in the basement, for sure. And we go down in the basement. We start going down these stairs. The door was, propped closed, but it wasn't like they didn't nail it or anything after we went in there. So we went in the basement, and it was pitch black, no light besides my phone light, which he was using, like my phone light. So I have nothing. I'm just scared in the dark. And there was all these newspapers. We found them. I remember the first one we found was like 1923, and then they just kept getting older and older. And there's ones from the 50s. And then the scariest part happened. I mean, not really scary, but we looked on this wall, and there's this super old-time photo, and it said the Bird family, like the shit it said outside. And I don't know if it was the dad or grandpa, but he's just looking, holding a rifle, just looking straight into the fucking picture. It scared the fuck out of me. But that's all I got for that story. And, we've been to a lot of abandoned places, so I'll try to think of more. But that shit freaked me out.